Okie dokes, we are back for episode 10. Hopefully my voice holds out. The 3-hour recording session yesterday, that was really tough. I was definitely sore in the vocal cords. Shout out to Planet Gunoid, one of our spicier viewers, but that's okay. You can watch my content spicy or not. Keeps my feet on the fire, I suppose. So what are we doing? I guess channel announcements first. What videos am I working on? I haven't gotten the next skill video even in the beginning process yet because I haven't been able to recruit someone with a relevant skill. The last episode of the Deltarune series until the full game comes out, God, that one's gonna be tough. I gotta fight this secret boss that took me like 4 hours to beat the first time. It's going to take me so many tries that I'm going to have to get a kill counter out just because I'm sure people will wonder how many fails it takes in order to clear the secret boss. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. Which is fine because I need a day off in order to focus more on my housework rather than video editing. About episode 9, yes, it got pretty messed up by audio. 30 minutes in and it was really, really screwed up. And that was just not good, so I had to can it. What I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to have to basically check every 5 minutes of the footage to make sure the audio is synced up, and if it's not, well, we got to go back through the audio processing, which if I catch it early, shouldn't take an extremely long time. So, we're going to discuss strategy. That's right. Today is going to be about strategy. So here's the deal. Let's go to the base, infirmary, scent block. 25 plague samples, that's the main thing, for 3 bottles of scent block. And every time you kill a plague heart, you get about 7 samples, it seems. So if you can kill enough plague hearts within the samples, or within the scent blocks, the 3 scent blocks you get, then you should be able to just kind of keep a chain thing going. You should be able to just kill them in a chain. The plague hearts, that is.
I can get behind
so what that means is... And if we can kill the plague hearts in this way, it'd be highly efficient. It would be extremely good. So what we're going to do is a little bit of scouting. And the reason we need to scout is because the most efficient way to destroy these plague hearts with the scent block is to find them when they cluster together, where there's multiple plague hearts close by, so that the travel time is low, so that we can kill as many plague hearts as possible within the time frame that the scent block is active, which is about 5 minutes on standard mode. Maybe it's shorter on nightmare, but I believe it's still 5 minutes. So what we're gonna do is go scouting. I don't know why I didn't reveal that, Bill. Thank you. About to say. Almost ran into a bloater according to... Yep, okay, good. He was laying on the ground. So that's what we're gonna do. We need to go scouting. We need to reveal the plague hearts. Now, let me guess. There's a ton of zombies here. Yep, there's a ton of zombies here. I'm gonna back into some of these fools because I don't want to give up every location. Now we'll have to beat the crap out of the rest of these guys. Which is fine actually, because it's gonna let us develop our striking skill. Which I believe this guy has. Yes, he does have striking. So, this is probably not going to be the most exciting episode, but I guess it means I can talk a bit more, which means I can fuck my voice up some more. I need to stop swearing, because apparently YouTube doesn't like that, and the time has come where I'm probably going to apply for partnership with YouTube. And that means I need to make these family-friendly, which is difficult. I don't consider myself particularly foul-mouthed, but... sometimes a foul word is exactly what describes how I feel at the moment. And I've never been one to believe that it was really important to expand one's vocabulary beyond swear words. That's like a common criticism you hear, like, oh, don't you have a better vocabulary? I assure you I have an outstanding vocabulary, as I love to read novels. But I've never seen that as a sensible justification for why you should not swear. Like, I think you should swear if you feel like it. Obviously, there are forums, not internet forums, but areas in life where a certain amount of decency is required, but I think in YouTube and typical video games, I don't see why it's so important. Even though this car is really fresh, let's not be stupid and try to damage it excessively. Looks like we'll probably be able to max out our cardio as well. When I play on the standard zone, one of the first things I do is just find a car and just climb up every single one of these things and scout. Just because I like to have everything revealed on the map. Like, I'm a big information kind of player.
We're interested in a new base. That could be it.
I believe that was the police office we killed. So, someone was asking me, because like, I'm going to take this advantage to answer questions. Someone asked whether or not the police station, Camp Kellenqua, or Mazzara was the correct choice. I don't really think there is a correct choice, per se, as it's very situational. The correct choice depends on what your community has. I chose the Mazzara Farm because I'm concerned about food, and Mazzara Farm grants a 30% bonus to all of the food that you grow there. And that's the reason I chose it. I guess we haven't revealed that building there, so let's just go ahead and do that. That one we're not going to climb up for, though. We're just going to literally drive by it and reveal it. Going back to the question, though, which base should you pick if you are on this map? The only base I would avoid is... I probably wouldn't pick Whitney Field. Not that I dislike Whitney Field, but I wouldn't pick it just because in this situation we're not looking for a permanent home. We're just looking for a functional base that lets us complete the game. So I think that base is overkill. I personally wouldn't choose the brewery simply because the main advantage of the brewery is the ability to generate influence efficiently, and I don't really want to dig into the map so hard for the influence. In addition to that, the sheer quantity of combat has been very good for us influence-wise. But if I were to make a more forever type of base, yeah, certainly I would consider the brewery. It's actually one of my favorite bases in the game in general. I kind of want to refuel while the enemies are thin, so that we don't have to refuel later on when the enemies are dense. And then you've got Camp Kellenqua. Camp Kellenqua has the advantage of having more small facilities, and it's pretty similar to the Mazzara Farm, just with more small facilities, so isn't it strictly better?
I need some help.
The issue, though, is, as I said, I specifically chose... This guy wants help. Well, let's go help this guy, we might as well. But I specifically chose the Mazzara Farm for the food bonus. I easily could move out of the Mazzara Farm, though, if we found another way to resolve our issue with food. What does this guy want?
Hey.
He got separated from his group, which means it's probably a issue where he's going to be infested. Let's check this place out real quick. I could use the material. We need parts and materials. Someone made a comment that I often confuse materials and parts, and that's absolutely true. On my main profile, basically for a whole year, I constantly use CNC mills and forges to convert parts into materials, materials into parts, so the two of them are synonymous to me, and it's just a habit I picked up, so it's difficult for me to keep them from interfering with each other in terms of the different vocabulary words. But, I will try to untrain myself. I think they're infested,
Damn it.
which is not good.
No, no.
Okay. Step one is to deal with the existing horde. With striking, we should be able to knock the zombies down in fewer swings, which is obviously really nice. Really? Can I not jump over the fence? Well, it looks like we're just gonna have to fight it out. It's gonna be a big old fight. Can I snapshot this screamer before I get... I don't know if I hit him or not. No, I didn't. The thing about striking is, this is the weapon I'm the most familiar with, and as a result I feel a lot more comfortable using it and fighting larger quantities of zombies. Go ahead and use that Molotov, since I would probably wind up throwing it away anyways. Every zombie in the map now has to come. Eat more snacks.
Nice move, if I say so myself. Oh, crap.
Okay. It took a moment, but we have killed everyone. And we have beat the crap out of our weapon. But we gained 2 stars in striking. And there was nothing in here, unfortunately. Where's this guy going? Got anything to trade?
I don't see why not.
Materials.
Barely lift this.
And bandages. Well, we didn't get to see if he wanted to join or not, but...
Bye.
Well, I mean, I guess we got to see if he wanted to join or not, but he chose to not join. He opted out. I mean, it's his choice. It seemed like he was infected with blood plague. Let's see. What is this? This guy wants to kill infestations. Wait, plague sample. So I guess, okay, I'll continue. I was talking about the Mazara farm. I will move out of the Mazara farm when I feel comfortable with our food situation.
Keep it up and we just might live through this.
There's a screamer choir. Another question was asked, and that is...
Better be careful.
Why am I going so slow? And the answer to that is I don't really feel like I'm going that slow. In the beginning, perhaps, I would agree that I was going a bit on the slow side. But I don't think it has anything to do with whether or not the game mode is really hard or not. Even on Standard Zone, I don't go extremely fast. Nowadays I did, but when I first started playing State of Decay, I just feel no need to go any faster than this. I feel like we're going at a good pace. There is the exception on that plague heart that we attacked. Okay, we could probably sell this to them immediately.
Lock. I hope nothing heard that. You think you can clear a spot of zombies for us? Am I the
Sure,
only one
we'll
who
do
feels
it.
like we're seeing more and more infestations around here?
Let's go ahead and sell that to them. Let's buy 2 Molotovs from them. There was nothing in here to loot. Nope, there was. We got probably chemicals or parts in here, and then maybe a sack of materials.
Barely lift this.
Plenty of chemicals. Hopefully when they bash the door open, the survivors will take care of it. Parts, always nice. Switch to the other weapon. Always getting sidetracked with other things. Wow, that infestation is slightly far away. Like, well, why are they concerned with an infestation that's pretty much on the opposite side of the map? Here I was thinking it wouldn't be much of a drive, but... Quick 5 influence.
Hang in there, everyone. We're gonna get through this.
Let's check out that building over there real quick. Even though it might seem tedious to check, oh, it's just this one building. Well, let me tell you, sometimes that one building is a plague heart. We got ferals chasing us, so that means we can't drive too slowly. But this is a shed, so it won't be a plague heart. I don't think plague hearts can appear in these kinds of garages. More infestations. I'm so sick of infestations. I'm so sick of them. If I had an Echo X3 crossbow, it probably wouldn't bug me as much, but I don't. I don't have one of those. This area here is probably going to have a ton of zombies in it. So, like, it's going to be hard to kind of scout this area on... We gotta find a way to climb up some of these without getting, like, mauled by zombies, because we need to scout this area, especially this particular one right here. Maybe we can get away with it on this farther one, because these 2 signposts here, they really contain the vast majority of the... Okay, good. Oh, no, he did detect this.
I don't think I can go much longer without a rest.
Okay, let's quiet down a bit. Assholes away from us. So, one of the new features of zombies, I mentioned it in another episode, but I'm going to reiterate it, is if you get to a location where zombies want to get to you, but they can't, they will start raising hell over it. They'll start... Oh, they heard me there. Interesting. Seems kind of random, like whether the game decides that they can hear you. Unless they just chose to turn around there. That's also a possibility. What's our carry at? Oh, we're in heavy carry. We gotta put something in the trunk. I was wondering why I was losing so much stamina. Oh man, I had to reload. I was hoping for that double headshot. Got the one behind, but not the one in front. Look how much stamina you lose for that. I hate that execution. Why is this execution in the game? Like, that's something that, if I ever made a video of things that annoy me in State of Decay, that execution would be on the list. What's weighing a lot? 9 pounds? That's a lot. What I wouldn't give to have my old Cleo mace back. That's my favorite blunt weapon. Knocks enemies down quick. Doesn't use up much stamina. Has acceptable durability.
Okay, plague heart in sight.
Another plague heart. This is another industrial area. We could probably find a lot of parts here. See, all this area still isn't revealed. What I'm hoping to find are plague hearts that are clustered together. That's kind of the objective of this scouting mission. Like, this isn't too bad. Like, those two there are pretty close together. Like, what's this? This infestation is closer than this infestation. And yet that's the one they want to kill. That's the one that their community is supposedly worried about. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna drive by those buildings manually and just reveal them. Someone mentioned that I need to find a survey vehicle. And yeah, having a survey vehicle would certainly help, but it's not that big of a deal. We can do this with or without the survey vehicle. Strip mall. Plague art detected. Now we want to reveal this part. Here we go. Now we're getting those plague art clusters. So there's about 3 or 4 in that general area. Would be a great opportunity to maybe use 1 or 2 scent blocks and potentially destroy 4 plague arts. Assuming we had the explosives, at least. But we can't drive through that because of the metal fence. We avoided all those plague zombies very well. So here is one of these power relays. We could actually upgrade and stop using that power, the facility that we're using. That's also an option. There's Camp Kellenqua. Very scenic. Someone mentioned that that's their favorite looking base, and I certainly would agree with that. I think it's one of the cooler looking bases. The log barricades, I don't know, just gives me this kind of like old-timey fort feel, and I really like that. Let's reveal it real quick. I think it was revealed, actually. Yep. Not gonna be the most interesting episode, I don't think. It's really a scouting. It's just one of those things you gotta do, not the sexiest of objectives, not the sexiest of duties, but nevertheless, it still has to be done. This character's getting tired as well, which is constantly making this attack on the infestation look less appealing. This needs to be revealed. Not get trapped in the rocks. The nice little idyllic home with a lake view. I used to live in apartments that were called Lake View. I hate how much this thing fishtails. Like, I'm used to using the Brogan series of vehicles, and they don't fishtail as severely. That hasn't been revealed either. That's a water treatment facility. Just a water pump, whatever it is. Okay. Should be getting close to the infestation. Got a ton of stuff here that we haven't revealed. Let's go ahead and do that then. This actually might even be better than using the watchtowers, just because getting out of the vehicle and having to fight all those darn enemies is a real pain. This is going pretty efficiently, to be honest. Plus, it's like a really nice, especially during the daytime, it's this really nice scenic tour of the valley. Even though this game doesn't have the best graphics, I still think it has its moments. Where, yes, the graphics aren't amazing, but it still manages to capture a sort of picturesque aesthetic. Even games like World of Warcraft manage to do that, and they have very cartoonish graphics.
That plague heart can't
Another
be far
plague
away.
heart, good.
I smell it.
On the subject of plague hearts, we had someone wondering how many there are, and I get a lot of conflicting reports on the quantity of them, but the number I believe there are probably 18, because people seem to say that they think there's more than 15 of them, and if that's the case, it's probably 18, because in the standard zone, I believe there are 9 typically, and doubling the quantity of plague hearts would be a really nice, even number. Our objective is pretty close by, but first let's scout these buildings. Oh, we did get stuck. Let's drive over it a little harder then. Second plague heart in close proximity, so this is going to be another strike. Though 3 plague hearts in the same area. This is definitely going to be an operation area for us. That is the infested building. I don't know if we really want to give it a shot, but I haven't heard a feral roar yet, so I think we might give it a try.
It won't work.
Oh, I bounced off him. Oh my god, just give me an execution. Fine, I'll just bash their heads in. I'll just bash their... I get this crappy execution that I hate. Okay, I think we got him off of us. Oh, not quite. And they really chose a great spot to have me clear an infestation, didn't they? We did bring the Molotovs, though. Which means I may just toss in some fire... Oh, we don't have firecrackers, but I'm sure they'll wind up congregating anyways. This appears to be a whole horde of 2 enemies.
Looks like we whittled the infestations down pretty well.
Or that counted as the infestation. Let's eat. And we're gonna get in and get the heck up out of here.
We're probably gonna miss that.
Really? There we go. Okay, let's get in motion a bit. Let's scout some of this area before we go, so we don't have to do as much backtracking. It's annoying that we have to actually return to them. I wish it would just complete the mission. Especially because, like, why can't we use our radios? Like, they contact us on the radio. Why can't we just tell people that, hey, the mission is done over the radio? Like, why do we have to, like... I don't even know. Got a hitchhiker. Let's scout that building. The salvage beast. I'm surprised that isn't a base. It seems like they would have made one like that in State of Decay 1. That's fine. Someone asked the question of why are other channels so aggressive as far as the gameplay style of people go, and I think there are potentially two answers to that, and they could bleed into each other. I think one answer is that, maybe three answers. One is that some people just have an aggressive temperament in terms of their style of gameplay, so they may be less prone to wanting to play cautiously. Another reason, though, could be that maybe they want their content to be more entertaining, so they wish for more battles to occur. They want, you know, more even character deaths. Like, a lot of people like to see communities get wiped out. And I guess the last reason would be people who don't respect the difficulty of the game. That could also be an answer. Is that a mysterious trader? Wow, might be our lucky day. We might get a second BFG. Getting sidetracked in the game again, and we're using a character who's pretty worn down. Let's use one of the bandages we bought just in case. Let's see if we can drive close enough to confirm their location. First try. Our stamina is taking a huge beating from this. Let's refuel the car while we are doing this. That is a plague juggernaut in the distance. Not a threat, though. I'd be more worried if it was a feral, since we're tired right now.
I'm looking to do some trading.
Let's see what we got. Retraining manuals, don't need those. Stimulants, don't need those. Light vehicle kits, don't need those. Brass collector, don't need that. Game console, obviously, like, I mean, how can you live in the apocalypse without video games? But I'm pretty sure we're gonna go with another BFG. As much as I love that first-gen Xbox with a couple of controllers and some game discs. I should buy that just to troll you guys. I should just buy this just to, like, oh my god, you don't need that!
Not going far with all this.
But what we do need is another BF. Why do we need two BFGs? Damn. Let's not test our luck.
I feel like passing out.
I didn't notice that we lost the driver's side door. Interesting. Which means we need to drive a bit more carefully. Which means we're probably going to drive on the road. Well, that sounded like a feral trio. Good thing I chose to not push my luck. Anyway, so why do we need more than one BFG? Because it means in the event of some horrendous attack on the base, we have more BFGs. Let me tell you, if you don't have a community where every one of your guys guards the base with a BFG, then, man, I don't know, you gotta have that. It makes defending the base irrelevant. Like, you just disintegrate the enemies. It doesn't matter what they are. Ferals, juggernauts, they all just get torn apart by the BFG. It also means that I can use the BFG and potentially bring an ally with me to use the BFG. It's just a really good weapon to have, and we should be able to transfer it over to the next game anyways, because I can have my community members loaded up with it and then just select them out of the pool of characters you've beaten the game with. Oh god! Are you kidding me? You have to get out, but Preferably over here. That's the second time that's happened. I feel like, I don't know, I need to look at the gameplay footage. I'm not getting in the vehicle immediately. Last time I got in the vehicle, something dumb happened.
Trade if anyone's interested.
And it was still considered, like, smoked up and plagued. Let's just get close to the vehicle. I meant to see the footage again, because, like, I didn't see those guys earlier. I didn't see them. I want to know if they just spawned in front of me, because that used to be a problem in the game, where the bloaters would just become generated into the world in front of you. That would be hilarious if I lost a character that way. Of all the ways to lose a character, something really dumb happens, like get killed by not watching the road. That'd be stupid. That'd probably be the way I'd lose a character, though. I could see that happening. This character is so tired that even swinging once or twice with his melee weapon would result in fatigue. For our snack set. Are we out of snacks? That would be unfortunate. I think we are out of snacks. Darn. We do have a kitchen, so we could make more snacks. That's not too bad. So yeah, we can make more snacks in a pinch. Well, let's get this guy out of here so he can rest up. And... oh, this character can use utilities. Let's go with electrical. Which means we can actually tear down... or does it? I can't remember if the solar array is a large facility or a medium or a small facility. I'll have to look that up off screen. Oh yeah, this is my character who has the weapon. We have to give the weapon to somebody else. First, let's unload our stuff. Nothing in the other truck. How are we doing on parts? Honestly, we can just... let's just tear down the generator real quick. Because it doesn't honestly matter. We can just rebuild it. Okay, it is a large slot, so we can't currently... unless we build a farm here or a garden there instead, but the garden won't give us nearly as much food. Or will it? I think it actually will. Because we can upgrade it to level 2, which will make it equal to the level 1 big farm. So yeah, I believe we actually can do that. That means we can build a solar array. Because we'll never be able to get the level 3 farm. Oh, we need more scraps of circuitry. That's annoying. How many scraps of circuitry do we have?
Good to see you, ain't that?
Oh, wrong tab. We have 3, so we need 7 more scraps of circuitry. It's always something in this game. It's always something. How many bombs do we have? 16, and so it takes 6 to destroy a plague heart. That means we can destroy quite a few, actually. Not quite a few, but we can destroy 4, 8, 12, 16. Oh wait, what am I saying? It's groups of 16, so we can kill 2 plague hearts. Okay, looks like we need to go shopping. Oh my god, there's so much to do. We've got infestations. We've got this guy that we need to go return the thing to. We need to repair the vehicle. Go do that. There. Because we can't drive with it. We have to have car doors. Driver's side car doors. Always something with this game. I would love to just stomp out all the infestations and just not have to worry about them. Because normally when you destroy them all, you don't have to worry about them for a little bit. Distractions, let's bring out the Molotovs and the fuel bombs. This is the best use for them. So like that's what we're... Oh wait, I need a backup weapon. And a tank of fuel, I think. Cool. Backup weapon. What's the condition on my current weapon? It needs repairs. Okay. Wait, do we have any weapons to scrap? Darn, we don't have any more salvage weapon remain. So what we're gonna do is keep a lookout for... On the road, you can like loot stuff like power transformers and stuff like that. Like what we should probably do is visit some of the utility buildings, like the power bases, like the outposts where you can get electricity. You could typically get parts from those as well. I forgot about that. So the water pumps and everything, those would probably be a good idea as well. But first, let's go clean up some of these infestations.
Lost another friend today. We kept each other alive and even had some good times along the way. I wouldn't trade those memories even to ease the pain. Not one of them.
I like it when they come one at a time. Wait, what am I doing? It disappeared!
I found while I was out.
Give me a break. I'm like going all stealth mode and the infestation vanished. I feel like the game trolls me.
Project is done, folks.
Okay, let's drive over here so I can actually pause the game and... or look at the map at least. There's a screamer, unfortunately. But it's all good, our allies should be able to deal with it.
Plague carrier.
Get up here.
Hey there, stranger. Come on in.
Let's get this upgraded. They'll be fine. They can deal with it. See ya! Oh my god, don't tell me it's this. I hate when they infest this giant. Oh my god. I never want to drive trucks again. Where am I now? Okay, they took me to the opposite side.
Honestly, I'm kind of amazed by how much we've already accomplished.
Really? I think we're gonna use firecrackers here.
Fire in the hole!
While they congregate, let's grab that plague sample. Did I not grab it? What? That was a good throw. Normally I don't have good luck with the Molotovs, but that one was very efficient.
With these infestations cleared away, we can rest a lot easier.
What do these guys want? Oh yeah, they're the soldiers. Okay, like they're really not going to be. I mean, you can use the soldiers to. Okay, I see. I don't have any inventory. The soldiers can help you fight the plague guards, supposedly, but I don't see us using them because we can just blow up the plague guards with the scent block. So what are some of the strategies, that was another question, what are some of the strategies I plan to use to deal with the humanoid enemies? One of the ideas, honestly, is the scent block, once again, because when shooting a gun, one of the things you're worried about is attracting zombies, but if you have a situation where you shooting a gun attracting zombies doesn't matter, but them shooting a gun attracting zombies does matter, that could allow you to fire at long range and not have to worry about a whole lot. So like that's a potential strategy. You could also use the zombie just to make that situation even worse for them. I want to see what these guys have for sale, although we don't have a lot of influence. Oh, they have a lot of flashbangs. Pretty sweet. If I had the money, I probably would buy some. I see the screamer. Unfortunately, we can't shoot through the door. So I guess we'll throw firecrackers and get them to beat the door open. Oh, this one has 2 screamers, so that's one of the screamers. I guess this is what some people might consider me going slowly, but I don't know, there's just... What? One of the screamers died for some reason. This game is so weird. Why don't they want to come through the door?
But it's not action movie exciting. I have an idea to fix that.
Okay, there we go. Let's get another Molotov in there. Hopefully they spread the fire to one another. Oh, and they went back in so I can't see. The end of that one. My bolt's back.
This would be a great place for an outpost, I imagine.
Grab some food while I'm here, since this is likely to have one food ruck.
I think I'll take that.
Lots of ethanol. Obviously we can't carry much, but this isn't really a salvaging mission, this is a combat mission, so it doesn't bother me that we can't really grab anything. We might get a second food ruck out of that though, so let me just go in and see what they have to offer. Cardio maxed out. Backpacking or marathon? Let me think about it for a while. Marathon and scouting. Marathon and stealth would be really strong. Backpacking would allow me to get the...
At least it's not nothing.
additional slot in the inventory, so I would have that third pocket slot instead of 2. I'm probably gonna go with marathon, because, well, not sure, actually. I might actually rewatch my own video that I did on... Wait, I think I caught a glimpse of it. Oh, here it is. I might actually rewatch my own video on the cardio skills just to remember my own arguments. If that sounds strange to you, it's because the human brain can only have so much contained in it before it begins to forget things. So I actually want those parts since we are low on parts, so I'm going to go back and throw this in trunk. Parts. Anyways, as I was saying, the human brain can only remember so much. And as a result, Albert Einstein was known to just write most of the stuff that he knew just on paper, because he didn't want to waste his brain power remembering things that he didn't feel were essential. And I do the same thing. I write a lot of stuff down that I just don't have any desire to remember, because rather than memorizing it, you can just reconsult what you wrote down. Look at all the infestation. Okay, there's one back over there. We don't care about that. Zombie threat at home. Let's go deal with that. And then we'll go turn in that... What do you call it? I can't even think of it. We'll turn that mission in. For killing the infestation. Why do we have this marker? Move that before it confuses me. Let me be careful to make sure that... Oh, well, you know, there's a bloater there just waiting for me to run into it. I mean, I probably wouldn't have in that situation, but... Let's drive in a way that does not cause us to get stuck. Take the extra 50 influence. What should I name this episode? Should I name it
Everyone's ready for a long fight.
something about reconnaissance? Maybe I should give it a more foreboding name, like Calm Before the Storm or something like that, because that is the whole point of this. This is like a fairly peaceful... Are those 2 jugs that might aggro into us? Let's make sure that our community is equipped with the BFGs. This guy is getting controlled extremely slowly.
We got Dad wailing on our base!
We don't have either of the BFGs in actions. Let's just get some people equipped with BFGs. Okay, back to my main character. It's the first time I heard the BFG go off. I don't hear them pulling the triggers on them. I want to hear the roar of those BFGs going off. Look at that, blasting those zombies down. Are they destroying my vehicles? Okay, so here's the... This is why we got those things prepared. Oh no, you don't. I think we got one of our vehicles destroyed for reasons I'm not completely sure about.
Keep that one down.
It's really hard to Unfortunately, I was not able to get to the second Juggernaut in order to...
That's not going to
Oh, yeah, that's right. Our inventory's full. Got some with Blood Plague.
Thank goodness.
First thing we'll do is collect the spoils of war. Who got Blood Plague? Eric did. Let's just be patient and let the gas clear, then we can go grab it. Let's go make a Blood Plague curing thing. Okay. Let's add... What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna add a mod. Okay, let's switch to Eric.
I guess it's time I took care of that. Hey, zombies, you better watch yourselves. After all, I have the death sentence on 12 systems.
Are you quoting a movie?
With all the plague samples we got, Blood Plague is really not a big,
I could use some help.
not a big deal at all. Look at 42 samples. Blood Plague is not going to be a problem. I don't care if we abandon his mission can go to hell. Okay, we need to go check the cars. And that's probably going to be the end of the episode. Why does it always... It's like clockwork. At the end of the hour, we always have some stupidly action-packed sequence occur. Yep, this vehicle is, still having the items in it. Convenient. Let's go ahead and activate this. The fuel tank also is still there. So we're using this car, at least until the next day breaks and we're able to... Wow, this car, neither of these cars are in very safe conditions for driving, and we are out of repair kits, which is the opposite of good. I'm going to use an Orwellian term here and call it ungood. Ungood is what I would describe that as. Well, this base... I think I actually know what to call this episode. I think I'm going to call this episode Setbacks. There you go. Setbacks. And since it occurred right at the very end of the episode, everyone will be watching like, why is it called Setbacks? Like, this is such a peaceful episode. People are going to probably call it a boring episode. But they're going to call it basically not one of the best episodes. They're going to be wondering, why is it called Setbacks? Well, if you watch this far... Now you know. And maybe that's why the attack occurred. Maybe it occurred because, like, you know what? You don't know what to call this episode? Well, we're going to show you what to call this episode. At any rate, that's the end of episode 10. Like this video if it was entertaining. Leave a comment if you like the situation I'm in. Leave a comment. Make fun of the predicament I'm in with the two vehicles, one out of commission, one in terrible position, and having no repair kits. And of course, subscribe to the channel for future State of Decay 2 content. And also remember that you don't have to be good to get good.